switch over to a microphone. Let's see if that works. Check, mic check. Hello, everyone. Can you hear me okay? Hopefully, Dean's still out there listening. Just for a voice check here and see how that works. I turn the microphone on the camera all the way down. Turn the microphone up. So hopefully it still works and you can hear me. Might be a little background noise, but probably not as much as before, hopefully. That was a bit windy. I gotta set some volume here. Ooh, that was so loud. I'm sorry if you guys heard that. All right, let's see. Does that work better now? Does that work better? Should work better. Maybe. Can you hear me talk? And the media player off. Hey, Brown Chicken. Hope you're doing good. Thanks for checking in. Hopefully that didn't ring your ears and you stayed with the weather. Whole Mississippi line there is getting pretty bad. I'm gonna put the mic on my shirt here in just a minute, but let me know if the audio is decent, like if the background music is actual background music or if it's super loud. I'm still trying to learn where my settings are. Seems like they change every time. Oh, maybe you're getting it now as in the storm, not the audio. I don't know. I'm sure you're getting audio in some form. I need Dean running my show here. It's a work in progress. I still don't know what value I want to bring to everyone, what value I have to offer. As of right now, I'm a charity case, donating my time for automotive work and getting very little in return. But I keep telling myself I'm not going to do it. I'm going to learn, and something pops up, somebody needs something, and then that job goes south, and now all of a sudden I've got 8 hours more than whatever was planned. But I'm grateful to be alive. My son is at a state park trip right now, actually, just south of Prairie du Chien. I hope the weather's good there for them. Whenever you can see the blue sky, I always think it's a little more ominous, and severity may be a little worse. That full million mile, look at all that dust. Oh, and it blows right in my shop, in my eyeballs. I want to get glass walls and glass doors. Actually, it'd be much cheaper to just pave the driveway. That's the goal here with the YouTube success. We're gonna make all big Cletus McFarland money and pave that driveway. I think that's what was creating my echo last time. But using this camera, it's wireless. I can't do split screen, and I think I could if I had a wired camera. Does that make sense? Because the computer program I'm running with this silly camera right now is only lets me show it one at a time unless I pay. Ooh, quarter size hail. That's no good. That is no good. I hope we don't see it. I just don't have room for like 2 cars, 3 cars that I really care about. Park them under trees. Is it better to get smashed by a tree than pounded with hail? I don't know. We sure went from spring to 90 and humidity you got Florida or Bama weather right now, it's probably way more. And Wisconsin. If you don't like the weather, just wait a day, it'll change. Anyone out there can give me a sound check, that would be awesome. I'm gonna set the microphone here on my, flip it to my shirt in a minute and switch cameras and get going on this four-wheeler, but I'm just taking a little breather here. I'm probably gonna hoist this four-wheeler up in the air before I if anybody's out there listening and can tell me how my voice over the music sounds, I would super appreciate it. I'm also in a here in the thunderstorm. Forgot what I was Daddy dog. What was it? Last dog video got taken down. It was available right as I was watching it, talking about pissing on trees and sniffing butts. Hilarious. Old Mac was a big fluffy white puppy, and I wonder why it got taken. Or I don't want to say it got taken down. It was just unavailable. Here's that man. here. See if everybody can hear me better now. Still isn't showing like it's reading like it should, but maybe it's not supposed to dip into the yellow unless I yell. And it says my background music is only playing at about half that level, so should be good. Let me know if you can hear me. I don't know how many million viewers I have right now, but it's just hard to keep up with the chat sometimes. Really bright. Camera doesn't care for that. And the light can get shut off. There it goes. We have a severe thunderstorm warning until 4:30. And I'm in the box. South of Madison, almost to the... I got a cough. South of Madison, almost to the Illinois border. That sounds like a helicopter. Is this it though? Once these storms roll through, I wonder if it's done for the night or if they're going to continue to keep on rolling. I just wonder if I put on the microphone on the phone for the outdoor, if it'll echo. Maybe I'll try it and someone will let me know. That'd be alright. Audio input capture. Properties. Webcam. Okay. Stian, how's it going? Hope you're doing good. I just made a microphone setting change. So, since you're just joining in, I've asked for a few audio input sound checks. Going for light background music and my voice, but I also have a camera with a microphone outside capturing audio, and it might produce an echo. Oh, I think it's picking up the, yep, I need to turn my shop audio down, I think. Let me try that. I think it's picking that up. Dealing with an AC issue, but good other than that. Your voice sounds okay. Cool, thank you. Really appreciate that. When is that? I need to write that down. This last 10 days has just been a complete horror show of a attempt at life, and I lost track of when that vintage semi truck rally is in Madison. Audio input cap. Yeah, I'm gonna turn that off. There we go. That should help a bit. Mic. Properties. Okay, we're good there. Stian, you're in Wisconsin, if I'm not mistaken. Or close. It's hard to remember everybody. I do want to say though that you may be in the tri-state area. I know you're not. I don't want to say you're not, but I don't think you're currently in Illinois, land of Lincoln. Barely got any sprinkles. We really need rain. And I just want to check in on my son. He's at a camp dealio for school. The whole 6th grade goes, and well, there's still more brewing out there. I don't think we're gonna get anything. Oh, actually, oh boy, we always get nailed. Yep. Well, let me zoom in on my place here. Let's see, around 4. About 4:15-ish, we might get What time is it? Yeah, 4:20 already, so I don't think we're gonna get anything. Nothing. Well, maybe a little here in a little bit, but I doubt it. That's cool. I guess I'd rather get nothing than a bunch of hail and nastiness. So, check in on they may have had a little brief shower there where Junior is. But out to the west, not a whole lot going on. Oh yeah, there it comes. The radar is really slow. I suppose stuff could fire up as the Cape values change. That looks a bit ominous. Oministic. AC issues are no fun. I've been debating about turning mine on in the shop because I do have AC in here and it's like, I don't know. It's kind of warm, but yet I just had the heat on probably. I left my heater on the other, a week ago or so and pretty much burned whatever propane I had left gone. Came out to the shop in the morning and it was just as warm in the shop as it was outside. I'm like, what the heck? And here I had not turned the thermostat down overnight. And there went a whole bunch of heat. But it's like the second time I did it all winter, so I guess I'll learn my lesson one of these days. Rather lose it late in the season than early in the season. I'm gonna take the mic off here and have a little snack quick. Oh, I bet you are excited. That's exciting. Will you be bringing the bus to the Madison deal? I swore I just turned everything off and turned it down, so oh, that would be awesome. If me or Rob win the lottery, we'll bring our bus to the deal if we could get it up in shape quick enough. But next to that happening, or Bus Grease Monkey showing up with a bus full of parts and a month full of free labor, it'd be a bit tough. I think our motor is I talk about it like it's I don't have anything to do with it other than stare at it. You can see its roof right now, but mechanically I think it's really good. The motor, transmission, I'm sure the brakes, drums, bags, everything with rubber or electrical is done. Yeah, he'd be a cool dude to meet for sure. I bet he has some amazing stories. I bet his son would be a good chat as well. Stay safe, brown chicken. I've just seen a couple sprinkles so far. I'm in a warned area until 4:30, but the recent look at radar doesn't show much for us. I was hoping we'd at least get some rain, but I'll take nothing over naders and hail. And Stian, no, you're good. I'll talk about, I was gonna say with one air suspension issue and one electrical issue, that's 99 less than that Rob's bus has, but that's awesome. Hey, one is better than 20. We'll see in a bit. Thanks for checking in. Awesome. Thanks, brown chicken. Hopefully my voice is okay. I just have the music on as kind of a low background music, but if my voice is normal, that's what I'm shooting for. And I was gonna say that your one electrical and one air issue is 99 less than what Rob's bus currently has. I'm sure nothing has been done to this bus in 20 some or more years, and the fate of it is a bit uncertain. As what do I want to say? The brown chicken, is my voice better now? Just checking in. Like I said, your voice is still fine, and my one electrical issue, the transfer switch won't run off the generator. Transfer switch won't run off generator. Oh, gotcha. I think my RV had that problem, and my buddy just wired in an outlet, and I had to be the transfer switch. It was supposed to have a switch that would take it from house juice to, excuse me, battery juice, and yeah, it was all torched out and blown out, or, you know, it was bad, and he's an electrical dude and just wired in and I would rather almost have that, because I would rather have to do a step and know that something is done than to trust a modern anything. Now, if you can get a refurbished, you know, transfer switch from the era the bus was made, then heck yeah. Yep, exactly. You can power. You don't know Brad Brown. That's cool. He'll let us know. I have a 12.5 generator, and I'd like, yeah, holy bananas. Could probably get a kickback off the power company with that. Oh, true. I guess a manual transfer switch. Yep, that would work as well. This was just on a little, or not little, but you know, a bread trucks type Ford V10 RV with a, you know, your typical Jenner whatever power. It was actually the decent one. My buddy said it was the better of the crappy generators, and it was an older, like early 2000s RV, so it was made when RVs weren't made so poorly. I'm sure it was still made poorly, but yeah, my son would put his hand on the windshield going down the interstate, you know, with high winds and stuff. You could feel it flexing and moving a bit, but again, that's probably normal too. So modern solid state electron. Okay, well, yeah, I suppose from 88, stuff gets weird over time and brittle and cracks. With the electricity, you don't want to mess around. Especially when you're on a trip trying to enjoy something, you want it to just be good to go. And solid state has come so far, it's insane. It really is. The kickback wouldn't begin to pay for diesel. Yeah, what do you, you said you just got back with it, so I would assume you had to top her off a time or two. Did you check your MPGs? Rob doesn't with his plow truck. He's got this huge V plow, Oshkosh plow truck, and I think he likes to average it in gallons per hour rather than miles per gallon because his speedo wasn't working. Now it is. So now I should ask him what he gets. I want to say it's around 8 with the V plow, maybe 4. I could be totally wrong. And I know the bus is about, I think he averaged it one time at around 5 or 6. Okay, yep, 6 to 7. Jeepers. Man, that's some fuel. But look at what it's pushing and the value it's giving back. And what engine again in yours, Stan? You have the 6VN or the 8VN? My speedo doesn't work either, but I can do math between Phillips. There you go. There you go. Yeah, I don't know about the bus. Oh, I think the bus speedo does work. And I want to say he got it up to, like, I'm not kidding you, my neighbor Rob is a bit on the crazy side of things, in a sobering way. I want to say he hit like 75 or 80 down this massive hill by our house with it. And again, we're talking leaking air, blown bag. Jesus. The 8V928. Okay. I think the one over there is the 8V. Oh, I don't even want to say what the other is. I know it's an 8V. '74, so whatever 1974 would have had it. Yeah, I imagine 65 or below, and just doesn't have to turn those RPMs. Transmission, I know that this one over there has at least, in that one video, I want to say we had 3 speeds out of it. Again, here I go. I want to say it had 4, but I'm pretty sure it didn't, but maybe it did. But I know it for sure it had 3. I remember that specifically because we thought it was just a 2-speed, and Austin just kept it wooded. Yep, that's what it is, the 8V71. That's what it is. So what's the difference with the 92 TA? What are those abbreviations for? Oh, if it were a Detroit. Oh. Okay, so this one also has the Detroit diesel in it as well, or it says DMC Detroit diesel dealio on it. You can check out one of the videos in my page under the channel thing. It's pretty easy as a moderator. You can jump there, but we go over it. 8 equals 8. Okay, yep, okay, 8V, yep, it's a V, 92%, okay. Yeah, I love how they do their abbreviations on that. When you break it down, it's really simple, because I think they made, okay, turbocharged. And so yours is the turbocharger, but it's also, again, it's a complicated process to explain to people, but this engine won't run naturally aspirated, so you have to put a supercharger on it. But it's still then at that point just technically naturally aspirated, because if I'm not mistaken, that supercharger just gives it enough atmospheric or barometric or whatever pressures it needs to perform its 2-stroke operations. But by adding a turbo to that, then you do in fact get the benefits and the added power of a turbo. Look at there. Boy, we got it all broke down. Jesus, the 12-liter. Well, I think I'm pretty sure from what I learned from Austin and doing all the research in our bus video that I did, because I wanted to know a little bit about what I was talking about, that they have to have that supercharger on them, otherwise they won't run, because of the force, because of the way a 2-cycle engine works and the diesel and mechanical stuff. But I know they did throw a turbocharger on top of that to also help with that added boost, and boy oh boy, that would be fun to hear. I remember fire trucks as a kid. They were all, there's the end of that. No storms at all here today. Hearing the fire trucks with the 2-stroke Detroit diesels, and oh, so much fun to listen to those things. And this one here has a similar sound, but not without that turbo. The turbo adds so much to that. Just the sound effect. After cooled. Oh, I bet it does scream. Oh, they do. That's a great way to, that's the perfect word. They are screamers. Do a little radar swoop here. It's 4:30. Doesn't look like a lot's gonna happen now. For a wee bit, at least here. I'm gonna pause it and jump over to a weather station quick. I'll watch a few weather guys. Oh, here's one of them. I'm gonna click on it. Hopefully be able. Okay, sorry. He's in Cottage Grove. Vince is in Cottage Grove. You guys want to ever check out a cool weather spotter? This guy's pretty local to me. Screaming Jimmy. We had tornadoes last. The old diesels just sound so awesome. They really, really do. Now what in the heck? It should be showing a rusted van tire. Just a driveway. Why is it showing the sky? That's weird. That's really old. Oh, that's better. Well, it's showing it on OBS the right way. Let's see. Vince is in Cottage Grove currently, so it's like an hour-ish from here. Yeah, I don't think we're gonna get anything. Oh wow. Oh wow. Yeah, Greenfield, cool. Yep, that's my yard. My yard of dandelions. I'm farming them this year. I didn't get the harvest, so we'll just wait till all these seeds are blown. It was funny because Rob owns the land across that driveway, and he goes, "You notice how our neighbors' yards don't have any dandelions, and then yours and mine are just packed?" And I said, "Yeah, you guys, I don't really pay attention, but I guess now you pointed out, it is quite obvious." So, I don't mind them. There's just so many other things in life to worry about at the moment. They do smell awesome. Yes, they do. And just 2-strokes in general is just a cool sounding power. Oh, I've got someone stopping out here to pay me some money for a job, and normally I would never let that leave, so I'm gonna, I think I'm gonna cut the stream, and then I'm gonna come back in like an hour and a half or so, and we're gonna get this 4-wheeler done and have a little fun that way. And then Rob will be getting home from work. will probably do a huge flyby. I told him too, if I have a camera in the driveway, to hit it, because I have some oh, look at that wind. Jiminy crickets. Dustnado. Oh, I can't wait to become a millionaire and pave my driveway. Someday. Never, but maybe. Never say never. But I'm definitely going to pave it from here to the road because I'm sick of the dust. Sick of it. But anyway, I think that would be a good idea. We've got this four-wheeler here that we got to finish. Ooh, sorry about the brightness. And I got the carburetor gone through. We got a few more hoses and brackets to hook up on it and set the, make sure the throttle cable is good, and there's a little switch dealio inside of there that's set right, and put some axles in it, check some fluids, check some wheel bearings, and change the oil, spark plug, air filter. Yeah, so I think that's what we'll do. I think that would make the most sense. Since we got someone stopping by here shortly. And we'll go from there. So stay tuned because I will be back. I want to pave yours, but it connects to a dirt road. You know, but that's okay because then it's far, as long as it's far enough away that the dust from the dirt road doesn't affect you. It's just the dust on this driveway when heavy wind, four-wheeler skeleton waiting for the doctor. Hey, old Mac, good to see you. I was just gonna cut it short, but I'm gonna stay on, and I gotta put my mic down though. Someone's stopping by here to drop off some cash, and I hear him outside, so I'll be right back.
Two strokes to bonfires, making history run. Reviving lost legends, yeah, we do it for fun. Every view, every comment, man, it means so.
All right, put that cash in the pocket. Put that cash in the pocket. Normally, I would never in a million years let a vehicle go, but they're he's a good guy and was patient, and I again felt like that was, I'm happy for what I got, but at the same time I always feel like I'm charity, like things go south and take twice as long as they should, or the parts are wrong and then I gotta drive, and yeah, there was old Mac, but now there's not. It's just clear blue skies. Oh, look at all that dust. Oh boy, I've never seen dust. Oh, look at that. Yeah, there are some clouds up there yet, I guess. I didn't want it to be too sunny in the camera for everyone. But he just came from about 8 miles, 8 miles north of here, and said that they got a bit of rain. We didn't get any. I mean, I think it sprinkled for a second, and then I moved the camera for a bit, but I don't know. I sure hope we get something. I do. We could sure use some rain. But at the same time, I don't want the storms that and all the nastiness that comes with the rain. Down trees, the branches, the possible flooding, and the apple-sized hail they were calling for. Apples, really? I guess. I mean, and not far from here, they had some massive. My sister had some massive hail damage in Monroe, about 30 miles south of here. I just don't want to put it up too high because I know the sun will come out again. And I was gonna work on that four-wheeler here, but since old Mac decided to join in, I'm gonna stay for a bit. Yes, we could use some rain or a couple semis, a blacktop, and rollers. We pave that, pave it, and then become really successful and buy out all the neighbors and turn it into a road course. So we can watch Rob ride like a goon and drag knees every day on his way home from work, and then I can chase him around. And I think that would be the ultimate, to have like a fun, safe racetrack with, yeah, you know, with nobody to say, hey, you can't do this or you can't, you know, and we live far enough out, and none of our properties have deed restrictions. So that's how we get away with all the shenanigans on the dirt bikes. And his son just drove a truck. See where that orange plow is in the yard? His son drove a truck up and down the woods through there the other day, and we can make noise and shoot guns and do whatever we want. There's no restrictions saying we really can't do anything. I think building wise there might be, as far as like septic and stuff, but that's not fun. Yes, a really good excuse to play with diesel powered toys. Start a paving company, maybe. Well, Rob's son Austin works for one. He's like the guy, and yeah, I'm just wondering, maybe someday they'll have like some multi-million-dollar job cancel, and they'll be like, oh my gosh, we got to get this pavement on the ground somehow, some way. Let's just do it at Austin's driveway. It'll be done. So the county keeps passing ordinances we don't like. Yeah, I can imagine. I can imagine. Ours is pretty good so far, but I just keep to myself and do my thing. Nobody stops and says much, so. Get him to sponsor me. I would love to have a sponsor, then I'd race again. I don't know though. I don't know if I'd put myself in that danger again. I loved road racing motorcycles. Or a driveway sponsorship would be cool too. Then I could open up all my YouTube videos with this video is sponsored by SNS or whatever paving, and do a huge rolling burnout, and then I could have a tire sponsor, a tire machine sponsor. Look at all the things that this gravel driveway could lead to. Yeah, that's true. That's true. And they try to go for more every day. Oh, there was a good Zappa song that he did regarding the Watts riots, I believe. Yeah, there's trouble coming. Something. I'm gonna look it up real quick now that you said that, and I'm thinking about it. Oh, look at there. There may be a lingering storm in the area. The old radar isn't up to par like it ought to be. Yeah, on the Mothers of Invention Freakout album. I'm about to get sick from watching my TV, been checking out the news until my eyeballs fail to see. watching and I'm waiting, hoping for the best. A lot of it was about people from the rooftops. Boy, it's a long song. I'm gonna link it. I think I can do that without getting any, right? I don't know. Check out, he's got a few other ones. The Brain Police. The Brain Police, that's another really good song by Frank Zappa regarding laws and taking away freedoms. Who are the Brain Police? What will you do if we let you go home and the plastic's all melted and so is the chrome? Who are the Brain Police? What will you do when the label comes off and the plastic's all melted and the chrome is too soft? I think there's more to it than now. Pajama People is another one. Pajama People is a really good one. Pajama People is probably one of the best ones. That's probably what I was thinking about. So I just saw it was inspired by here. By those in the band, he felt that they were all such intellectuals and that they were actually just boring. But that was somebody else writing that. That was not words. So anyway, Pajama People. Holy cow, I got some catching up to do here. Oh my God. Airport style security ahead at the Statue of Liberty. Freedom means the opportunity to be what we never thought we would be. That's funny that you just took that and we're talking about this. That is a cool sign. I need to figure out how to share screens. I would love to be able to share my screen. We'll get there. We'll get there. Oh, we're gonna get some storms yet. I'm just trying to figure this out here. This is a meteorologist automotive shop weather stream. It's showing a couple might pop up here around, oh, right there, 5:30. 5:30, it looks like I could get something. So in about a half hour. OMAC, all those prohibited items, airport security style ahead, and yep, Rob's neighbor caught where that was. Yep. How's that for ironic? Give up all your freedoms to go see the very symbol of your... Yes, that's kind of what I thought as well. And that photo is real. You took it yourself. No cropping. Clickbait. Dan's not at home clickbaiting us. So, did you go to New York to get your bus? Because you live here in Wisconsin, if I'm not mistaken. And if I am, please correct me. good. Take your time. Take your time. The photo is old. I live in Florida, and I found the bus in a different part of Florida. Okay. My parents just got back from Polk County, Florida. They live there in the winter. Maybe make some fuel money next year and could start a snowbird service. Do like a upper Midwest sweep with the bus and pick up wealthy snowbirds that want to buy gummies on the way to Florida.
Another one saved, another ride reborn. Who knows what's next? Stay tuned, hit that like, and I'll see you on the next one.
My son and I took a bus from Janesville to the main train station in Chicago. I want to say Grand Central, but I know that's New York. So the big train station in Chicago, and we're getting on this bus in Janesville, which was, I don't know if it was on its way to Rockford or had come through. No, it would have been on its way, but there was no seats left on this bus, none, except for right up front. Like the bus driver had this one reserved for handicap, and I looked down the bus both sides. There was like a seat here or a seat there that was empty, but that's it. And I looked at the dude and I said, "Man, can me and my son just sit here?" And he's like, "Absolutely." And he was close to retiring, but oh my God, he was so much fun. He talked with us the whole way from Janesville, and then we did stop in Rockford, drop some people off, and we had to go through O'Hare first before he dropped us off, so my son got to see the inner workings of O'Hare. We saw a plane hit another plane, the wings, just on the pavement, when they were taxiing, and people were getting out of it on staircases. It was pretty cool. But just a really good experience, I guess. That's my memory of the most recent bus driver. Not engaged in even legal ones or federally illegal. Yes, I get that. And we have enough 35-year-old potheads living off welfare in mom and dad's basement out here. That's awesome. Oh my God, I can just imagine what it's like in Florida with all of that, and yeah, picking up all the gray hairs, and you get busted for just containers after containers of federally cannabis gummies. That's hilarious. In 1956, I took the Greyhound bus from Birmingham, Alabama to LA, California on the scenic cruiser bus. Oh man, I bet that would have been a fun ride. That would have been cool. Maybe hot, maybe warm in spots, maybe not. But either way, it would have been cool as heck. So from Chicago, we went to Ohio on an Amtrak train to pick up a Corvette that I had bought online without looking at or having inspected or anything. Ended up putting a fuel pump in it in Gary, Indiana on the way home. But other than that, the train ride was interesting. I'll probably never do that again. If I did, I would be out west so we could maybe see stuff. But even then, from the videos I've seen, it's not. The Amtrak and the trains, they just aren't what they were. The last memorable train ride I can remember was actually in Hood River, Oregon, and old Mac could probably even tell me what the name of it was. I went on it with my grandmother when I was in my late teens. It was just a really beautiful scenic train ride. I don't know if it left Hood River or White Salem or somewhere in that area, but it was a couple hour train ride. Just beautiful. We have a few of those here in Wisconsin, but they ripped up all the train tracks. They took them all and made them all into bike paths, and then now the roads are clogged with semis. That's my observation. I was born in 1980, and there were active train tracks everywhere. And then in 1994, behind my friend's house, they ripped up 80 miles of train track and turned it into this ATV trail, which is just the most boring gravel dust storm to ride on because it's as flat and smooth as a railroad track. And then all the other ones around here, they turned them into bike paths that nobody uses because they just ride their 10 speeds on the road and become obstacles. So, I don't know. That's my 2 cents. Alberta, Canada. Oh, I bet that would have been a blast. My neighbor Rob was a train engineer for a while. He loves trains. He's got model train. His whole basement is a model train setup. He needs to get, I shouldn't say it talking to train enthusiasts, but he needs to get rid of it so he can fit more bikes in his house. And Death Race 2000, bicyclists were worth 1,000 points, right? I haven't seen that. Is that a movie or a video game? I'm probably too... I don't want to say too young, but I don't... I need to brush up on Death Race 2000. Let me see here. I want to... have my son. He really wanted me to come to the family fun night tonight at this camp that they're on, but he didn't want me to come until he got there. And the chaperone for his group, his truck is in my shop, and I pulled all these vehicles in my shop and just crammed them in, like really crammed them in. I'll turn the camera around here. I gotta shut this one on. And because it was gonna hail, Earth-sized hail balls. And so, okay, get ready for darkness. That's probably, not very proud to admit it, but that's probably the nicest bodied vehicle here. I didn't want an aluminum hood and just light, cheap skin, so that would have gotten trashed. And this Subaru here has some fender damage that I'm trying to take care of, and then we're gonna flip it. And I didn't want that to get hailed on. And then there's a Dodge Ram on the other side of that wall. This is just half the shop. And there's a bunch of stuff behind that Dodge Ram, but the owner of that Dodge Ram is on a field trip with my son. He's the chaperone for his group, so I have access that other parents may not. And yesterday before we left, or let's see, yesterday he went out, the day before yesterday we went to the ER to have an ingrown toenail removed on his foot, because he's 12 and knows every single thing humanly possible known to mankind. And despite my advice and reluctant, or he was reluctant. I wasn't. I tried to give him advice daily on what to do and how to do it. And I thought, you know what? If you're not going to let me listen to me, then you can learn the hard way. And sometimes love hurts. So he got like 15 needles in the toe before they took the nail and cut a big chunk of it off. Nasty. And so I'm trying to text this guy right now. That's why I keep pausing in between the words. Generally, I'm not a phone guy or will even have it around. Try not to. If there's a way he can call me. Okay, so my son wanted me to come to this family fun night, and I could probably still show up, just wouldn't have like the food or amenities because I didn't order them. But I think it's just going to be like games and stuff. And it's an hour and 45. It's 2 hours drive. It's at Wyalusing. Brown Chicken probably knows right where. Brown Chicken's probably the closest one to Wyalusing State Park. And boy, a 2 hour drive. Even if I left now, I don't think I'd get there in time. Then with all these storms brewing, and then a 2 hour drive home, 4 hours in the car, 2 hours there, $60 or whatever, I don't know, pick a number for fuel, pick a number for getting something to eat, when I know I have to get this four-wheeler done and then this motorcycle looked at and these cars, like there's priorities. And as much as I would like to, I know I only get one shot, but he told me ahead of time. I asked him numerous times, do you want me to go? And he said no. So and I'd like to at least talk to him and say, hey bud, now if I had my ZX14 that I used to have, not much affected me on that. I could ride through rain and wind, and it was a heavy enough bike, warp time, and I would probably ride, but I don't have wheels at the moment like I used to. So check the chat here, see what's shaking. There's an old action movie. There was a video game based on it. Okay, the concept was Mad Max style. That's what I figured. That's awesome, old Mac. You're a legend. Fourth marriage, 40 years old. Yeah, I think of Carl down the road. You know, I think of me when I was his age and I wasn't alive. When Carl was 45, which I'll be here in a few days, 45, when Carl was 45, I wasn't even born. So at least I was I alive when you were 40, Mac? No. Would have been maybe barely born. Barely born. I would have been barely around. It is supper time here. Stay safe, my friend. You as well. Thanks for checking in and saying hi. I really appreciate it. I was going to go about 20 minutes ago, but I think I'm going to go now so I can grab a bite to eat myself. Get a few more amenities set up for a stream. Maybe chat with Junior. Come back with a fresh mind and a fresh outlook on everything. So thanks for checking in. Really appreciate it. Stan, thank you as well. Oh, as far as the toe go, oh yeah, thanks for sparing the details. I'm a bit of a, I mean, I'll listen to the stories, but we don't need the details. We all know how that goes, and it's not usually good. So Stan was 4. Okay, so me and you are the same age then. If you were 4 when I was born. We're within 4 years of each other, Stian. The way I look at it is if you're within a decade of somebody, you're basically the same age as long as you're over 30, like, or 40. Once you're 50, now that I'm 45, I don't know where the time went, and I'm really worried about how fast it's going to go. So I just want to love life and appreciate what I have and take care of myself as best as I can with what I have and do the same for my son. Okay, 70. Yep, I'm an 80. I'm an 80, so same exactly. Yep, we can talk about the same things and like I knew what you were on with the Battle Scar 2000 or whatever we were talking about up there, but yep, and my neighbor Rob, he looks younger than me, but he's what I think he's 8 or 9 years older than me, or maybe not. Yeah, I think he was born in 73 or 74, which would put him 6 or 7 years. So, but again, my goal is to enjoy the ride as best as I can while I still can. Exactly. Yep. So we can and do the best with what we have and be a good person. And hopefully it'll all work out and yeah, keep pushing forward, keep doing what you got to do to make it happen and be good and honest. I keep really my son has told a few tall tales lately and I said, "Junior, if you don't lie, you never have to remember what you say." And that's I bibble babble all day and talk to myself a lot. I talk to you guys on the chat. I don't ever want to say anything to where I'd have to remember, "Oh shoot, did I say that?" Because if I don't want to remember. So everything I say is just always going to be the truth, whether it hurts um, or not. It's just got to be said because we've all told a little tall tale as a youth and found out the repercussions. I don't remember the specific instance it was for me, but I have always just said if you don't tell a lie, you don't have to remember what you say. All right, I'm gonna go. I wish I could say I never lie, but that would be a lie. That's awesome. Hey, at least you're honest. And I can appreciate you for that. I can appreciate you for that. So, and on that note, I'll try to be back here in an hour or two. Stay tuned, and we'll have quad night. Thanks for checking in, everyone.